Premiere are always doing something stupid. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, everybody as you come into the sanctuary. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Got a lot to get into, child. Thumbs up as you guys are coming in. And you're always doing something goofy, girl. Always doing something goofy. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. You guys, thumbs up, thumbs up. It's always something going on, girl. You like StreamYard and the social media platforms just be doing the most. Hold on, y'all. Thumbs up, everyone. Y'all come in. Thumbs up. If y'all can use y'all fingers to scroll to click the link, y'all can take 30 seconds to get into that free 99 thumbs up. All right, it's a lot going on, and we're going to get into all of it. I swear, I cannot stand it. Hold on, y'all. There's something going on. All right, you guys, what's going on, you guys? Welcome to another riveting episode of the Consciouztv platform. We got to get into some updates. Make sure you guys thumbs up on the way in. You guys know that thumbing up the video helps with YouTube's algorithm, but more importantly, it triggers up YouTube's notification systems. When you are thumbing up the video, you are literally knocking on the digital door of another conscious crew member and telling them to get their black asses into the sanctuary, because the Kang is in fact Kang. Also, make sure that you guys have your notification bell set to all, because you never know what day or hour the Kang is going to be Kanging. So make sure that your notification bells are set. Please share the stream out to wherever it is you have digital community. And last but not least, make sure that you share the stream out to, MySpace, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, the dark side of Tumblr, or your personal OF. I don't really give a damn where you lay the lane. Just let them whores know that we're loud, live, and in color. And with no further ado, let's go ahead and push on through.
I know a place where you can recharge your soul.
Baby, that's Consciouztv.
And in the midst of brokenness, he gon' see your asshole.
Baby, that's Consciouztv.
You gon' heal, you gon' laugh and catch a little shade.
Ooh, girl.
Y'all know he be slaying, y'all better stop playing. Come hear what he's saying.
Ladies and gentlemen.
All right, you guys, what's going on? I cannot. Oh, I don't like that. Y'all can see this. Like StreamYard then made some changes. First of all, I don't know why they changed the color of my banner and my comment section. It used to be red, but now they've just done this dull as dark gray color, which does not go with the cohesive. It does not go cohesively with the colorful Skittle-like aesthetic I have going on my platform. Also, I don't like how they like now the comments are like these. Y'all see all these extra space, all this extra white space whenever I highlight a comment. That wasn't that way before. You know, like Yolanda's statement, hey y'all, all this white would have been shortened, you know, to the inner griffin rather than this long ass empty white space. It just takes up so much space and looks so unattractive. Why do companies do shit like this? Like just be fucking around with shit for no real reason, breaking stuff that's not broken, like not even making anything better. I hate it. I fucking hate it. Can't stand it. I'm an aesthetic type bitch. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into the commentary. There's a lot going on. Hope you guys are well on this wonderful Wednesday. First thing first, girl, we gotta open up with Miss Attorney Simone. Okay, those of you who may not know who Attorney Simone is, let me see if I can pull up an nasty piece of, let me see. Girl, I got too much shit on my damn computer right now. Nope, I ain't got a picture of her. Oh, I got a picture of this nigga here. Actually, hold on. Y'all thumbs up while I do something real quick. Y'all thumbs up as you're coming into the sanctuary. It's a lot going on, girl. It's been an explosive hump day, girl. Every day just explosive, girl. If I wasn't strong, honey, I'd be having all type of anxiety attacks, girl. It's just a lot going on all the time. All the time is going on. Who else I got in this headline? Tesehki and her damn sister. Let me see something. I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. I'm coming, y'all. Hold on. Getting some last minute shit together. All right, thumbs up as you guys are coming in. Hello. Happy October. Happy Halloween. Megan Thee Stallion handing out tricks and treats, bitch. All right, okay. So, Attorney Simone, girl, we gotta talk about what's going on with Miss Basketball Wives Jennifer Williams and her fiance Christian Gold. Okay, you guys know that we've been keeping up with the story because, girl, it is messy over there. Oh, Miss Basketball Wives, girl. All right. Now, for those of you who've been living under a rock, okay, Attorney Simone is an attorney. She also has a YouTube page called Girl Is That Legal. All right. You guys also know that Jennifer Williams started dating this entrepreneur by the name of Christian Gold. They recently got married. That's him on my left, my right. And Christian Gold has a trading company, okay? Now, on this trading company, he allegedly teaches people how to invest, how to run the numbers up in his trading business. They get to double, quadruple, you know, and flip and cartwheel their motherfucking money. You throw in, you know, 1,000, you can take away 10,000. You win on a 2,500 input, you can get 20,000. You know, it's all that type of stuff, child. All right. Now, Christian Gold was a controversial pick for Jennifer Williams for a few reasons. Not only in lieu of all of the current allegations against him that he is scamming and running a Ponzi scheme, but he also was in a relationship way back when he was a young man, I think around 2019, 18, somewhere around that time. And he ended up doing time because him and his girlfriend at the time got into a DV type situation. He would not allow her to leave her apartment. Apparently, she tried to escape by taking a chance on leaping from her third-story balcony. She ended up hitting the concrete below, breaking both her legs. She had to have extensive healing and recovery, girl. It was just a lot going on. So he ended up getting like a 10-year bid. I think he ended up serving 4 or 5 or 6 or something like that, and then end up doing the rest on probation. He had to pay off restitution. This whole 9, child. It's a lot going on. Now, when attorney Simone got involved in the situation of it all, okay, she was the one who was exposing the fact that Christian Keys did not have a $250,000 restitution to pay off. It was only 12 grand, despite what he said on Basketball Wives, despite what he said in him and Jennifer's interview with Carlos King. All right. So that was the first lie, and she showed paperwork to prove that he owed 12,000, not 250,000. All right. However, in the Carlos King interview, he said that he had paid it off, girl. Okay, and left people under the impression that he had paid off that 250K when it was only 12K, and then it took him to get married to Jennifer Williams in order to even get that 12K paid, after claiming that he's a 6-figure nigga and that he's running a multi-million-dollar trading business. Okay, so all things that's looking like a whole lot of lies, bitch. Then attorney Simone had exposed the whole situation with his ex-girlfriend and what happened between him and her and his sentencing, etc. Then you guys may also know that Christian Keys has children. Okay, so attorney Simone interviewed one of his baby mamas. I believe it's his first baby mama. I believe they have 2 kids together. And from that interview, we found out that Christian Gold allegedly is not paying child support. His baby mama had to end up on Section 8. She had to end up using EBT, girl. She had to end up going down there to the food pantry and getting free turkeys and free birthday cakes to feed her and her children, while Christian Gold was out here parading around like he was that ninja, like he was the light-skinned P. Diddy, girl. Okay, more money, no problems, but had all the damn problems, girl. Okay, she currently apparently is living in an Airbnb that her and a friend or a relative is helping her to fund, girl. She currently is displaced. Apparently, she has filed or will be filing for child support, which she did not put him on because initially he agreed to give her, I believe, $2,000 or $2,500 a month, but then he only gave her that for the first 4 months, and then basically told her he wouldn't even be able to do that. And this was all while he was already dealing with Jennifer Williams, engaged, buying Jennifer all type of damn Rockefeller watches and shit. And they going on all these excursions out of the country. They all in Italy, girl. He's all in LA. But then he fucked around and found out that he ain't able to do nothing, girl, aside from pooch around Georgia without having to ask his probation officer, which he still is on, for permission to be anywhere else outside of Georgia. So then they put out a bench warrant for his arrest because Jennifer's Instagram post exposed the fact that Christian Gold was pooching around all out of the goddamn country, and he had not required any permission from the courts. So ding, 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 they had a hearing where he attempted to contest this, but ultimately ended up asking if he could at least attend his destination wedding, which was in Italy. The judge signed off on that, allowed him to attend his destination wedding, which I think he was given like 15 days for the wedding, for the honeymoon, blah, 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 blah. And then he had to come back to Fulton County, girl, and serve out his sentence for 30 days for violating probation. So Christian Gold currently right now is in the Fulton County Jail in Georgia while married to Jennifer Williams, who, despite all of these issues, all of this baggage that Christian Gold came into their relationship with, still decided to pooch on through. So when that big nose bitch said that he was making her skeet and squirt, she obviously married him because the dick is dicking. And let me tell you, you know, as a connoisseur of good ass and good dick, baby, that the victimization of it all is real. And nobody has better dick or better ass or better puss than a motherfucking scammer hoe. Okay? Because, see, people who scamming and people who opportunity, they got purpose behind they fucking. Okay, so they gonna fuck the living hell out of your ass, okay? They ain't gonna give you none of that privileged puss, okay? Privileged puss is real lazy puss, okay? Everyday puss, you know, everyday dick is lazy dick compared to opportunistic dick, okay? Compared to fraud dick and fraud ass and fraud puss, baby, okay? You gonna be fucked with a purpose, baby, okay? Them scammers gonna put they motherfucking back into you, girl. So, of course, Jennifer Williams got, you know, the brakes and the salvation screwed out of her motherfucking ass, baby. And, you know, he had to traumatize her with the dick of it all, baby. So, she had to marry that nigga. She had to lock that dick down, baby. Okay, she didn't give a damn about how much of a criminal he allegedly is, a fraudster he is, girl. You can have all my money, baby. You can drive the car, drive the private plane without no damn captain's license, baby. Okay, you can do it up, baby. Okay, so y'all fuck around. Okay, from opportunistic genitals, girl. Okay, it's a witchery in opportunistic genitals, child. But then to make matters worse, girl, Attorney Simone, without, you know, pause, also ended up bringing on a plethora of Christian Gold alleged victims who were once a part of his trading company, girl. Okay, a plethora of their ass came forward. They ended up doing a big-ass StreamYard interview with Simone. They recounted their harrowing tales of being scammed out of hundreds and thousands of dollars, very much so unpromised money. One woman ended up getting a big-ass settlement from an accident she was involved in and attempting to turn her lump sum into a forever thing and get long-term usage out of her lump sum. She ended up donating that lump sum or investing that lump sum per tutelage, per request, per trust of Christian Gold, girl, and she hasn't seen none of her damn monies, all right? Now, Attorney Simone, being the generous queen that she is, decided to represent all of Christian Gold's previous clients turned victims pro bono, all right? So on behalf of them, she filed various civil suits and as well as had them submit over 22 complaints to the FBI, who's now federally investigating Christian Gold and his alleged trading company. Now, since all of this has commenced, Christian Gold has taken down his website. It might be up now, but there was a point in time where he took it down, girl. It was under very much so construction. Apparently, Christian Gold is trying to get his name legally changed, girl. He's trying to assume a whole nother identity, just like alleged scammers do, bitch. All right, but Christian Christian Gold was not going to take this shit lying down, baby. Okay, so he has turned around in an attempt to fight for his reputation, has casted all the blame on to Attorney Simone, who has only played the paperwork game and backed up her accusations or backed up her commentary with either things that could be verified through court docs or per allegation from the source themselves, who backed up their allegations with said evidence, all right, which were text messages, Zoom call recordings, etc., girl. So Christian Gold decided he was going to write to the legal bar in Texas, child, in attempt to strip Attorney Simone of her license to practice law. So I'm going to let you guys hear this from Attorney Simone's own mouth per her YouTube channel. Of course, this is covered by fair use. And what she's going to do is read you this petition that Christian Gold wrote up, girl, to the attorney's bar in Texas in an attempt to get her ass disbarred. Of course, fair use covers parody, research, commentary purposes, etc. All right, fair use, bloop. And this is per Attorney Simone, who is going to be reading Christian's letter per her own mouth. Check this out. Let me switch over my microphone, actually. So, all right, check this out.
Attorney Simone Redwine has went online and harassed not only me, but has harassed my wife, Jennifer Williams, countless amounts of times. Multiple degrading videos were posted on this attorney's YouTube channel. Girl, is that legal? We've had to hire legal counsel to file a cease and desist letter to be sent directly to Simone Redwine in hopes of her stopping her attacks on us both. She has made multiple false allegations. She has degraded our character online. She has posted my physical address. I have not. She has also contacted my probation officer with intentions of getting me in trouble. This attorney has also shown up to my court date for a probation revocation hearing and made multiple attempts to ruin my personal life and also my company. I am filing this complaint or grievance in hopes she will be disciplined and or disbarred for her behavior. Because, you know, he probably worked his little neck in one of those blouses for that neck, because he wrote that. Now, references of harassment. This is the elaboration. All right, are you staying with me? Hold on, let me check the chat. Let me check.
Okay. So that was her reading his letter, girl. All right. Now, on top of that, he cited references here, which were various videos from attorney that she did on him. Jennifer Williams scammed again. Fiance exposed. Victim of Jennifer Williams' fiance, Christian Gold, speaks out about his scam. Jennifer Williams from Basketball Wives' fiance has warrant for his arrest. So he cited all of his evidence to support the fact that Attorney Simone is allegedly, girl, just out here defaming him and tearing him down without pause, girl. He also sent her a cease and desist back in September, attempting to shut that pretty little legal mouth of hers. All right. Now, this has put in the gasoline in Attorney Simone's drawers, baby. She is on that ass. Something that we learned from his letter to Texas legal Association, Bar Inc., whatever the hell you call it, girl, is that Christian Gold already has started settling out of court with some of the alleged victims and accusers. Okay. Now, attorney Simone said that she wasn't even going to let that, be known publicly, that he had already started settling, girl, out of court with some of his accusers, because some of the accusers had requested that that be confidential. However, he done practically, put it in this little petition, okay, to get her disbarred. So now she done talked about it. So she did corroborate that he is attempting to settle. She also made the claim that why in the hell would you first and foremost start settling when I guess some of these suits haven't even been filed. There's just been an allude to and threat of suit, girl. And Christian Gold, I keep calling him Christian Gold has already started, girl, moving the monopoly pieces around. Now, I'm going to disagree with attorney Simone here. She did say, why would you settle if you are in fact innocent? Settling does not necessarily imply wrongdoing on the defendant's part. It just implies that they just don't want to go through the bullshiggity of it all. But what I will say in this particular case is that Christian Gold appears to be guilty of the things that he's accused of, girl. Attorney Simone did a really good job in laying out her case, as should be expected. She's an attorney, okay? She made sure to present corroborating evidence, circumstantial evidence, empirical evidence, girl, to support everything she said. Once again, she backed everything up with documents. The accusers had various evidences of their own to substantiate and legitimize their claims, child. So, yeah, she had him by the big old nutsack, which is why his ass is settling out of court. However, because he knows that there's a chance that this petition he wrote up could be public fodder, as it is, because, of course, attorney Simone is putting it on blast. He's trying to represent the settlement as something he was forced to do as a result of attorney Simone running him down and defaming his company, when really it's in fact a legal strategy on his part, okay? Because he's going to have bigger problems if he allows these people to take his ass to court, and they actually may be entitled to a lot more than what he allegedly stole from them. If he allows this thing to go to trial by damn jury, who might reward these people substantially, pain and suffering, all the things. So he can have a bigger tab on his hand. Plus, he's going to have to fund his defense. He's going to have to get him an attorney. He's going to have to pay his way through these litigations. So it's going to cost him money. Of course, he don't want to spend and may not, in fact, doesn't even have, because Jennifer Williams, per her Carlos King interview, stated she's never even seen the bank account of Christian Gold, while saying he has more money than her. Dixie shit, all right? Also, attorney Simone had let it be known that, as I said in the beginning, that a FBI agent has already been assigned to the case per the 22 complaints she filed on behalf of the victims that he already is settling out of court with. And that, hey, he could try to stop and hush up Simone, but you can't hush up the accusers. And you damn sure now can't hush up the feds, who are now actively investigating his ass for that alleged Ponzi scheme under the guise of a trading business. All right. Also, attorney Simone had let it be known that for the victims who are not going to be settling out of court and taking this thing to trial, and per FBI investigation, that if he's found guilty of said things, that it could result in anything that he's purchased for Jennifer being seized and snatched away from his ass. I mean, from Jennifer's ass. So if he purchased her wedding ring, her wedding band, any clothes, cars, shoes, wigs, all that shit gets returned back to the ultimate sender and source, which are these victims, child. She also said that she's going to take his ass to task for everything, including that shimmery little blouse that he loves so much. All right. Now, what I find to be very telling about Christian Gold running his ass down there to the lawyer's bar to attempt to get her disbarred, girl, is that he petitioned for her to be disbarred, but did not sue her. Very telling. Why would you not sue the attorney? Why are you trying to get her disbarred? And because licenses and the practice of law are per state, she wouldn't get disbarred in all of America. She will only get disbarred in Texas, hypothetically. Okay. Brian L. Ponder, shiny head ass, who represented Bishop Whitehead, girl, and got him no win in civilly or criminally, has been disbarred in the state of Minnesota. But he can still practice in the state of New York. Okay? But you know why Christian Gold did not want to file a civil suit against Miss Simone, and instead ran down there to the principal's office in the attempt to get her stripped of her license? It's because he knew that if he filed a civil suit, there was going to be something called discovery that was going to happen. He knows that what's standing behind Simone as it relates to discovery are 22 alleged accusers, which he's already started settling out of court with, which only strengthens Simone's plight and counter argument. Because how in fact did I defame you? And if you're going to argue that I am, then you should actually be litigating and prove that you're innocent, and then argue that I should be disbarred for malpractice and blah, 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 blah. But you're a little ass backwards and all over the place and kind of doing this in a way that actually strengthens Simone rather than his own argument. But he's fucked up either way, because he's put Simone in a position to have to defend herself, which she rightfully so is going to take as an opportunity to pull out everything she would have pulled out during discovery in her defense, which is only going to add more publicity to these claims against him, because that case and all the data and information thereof between himself and Simone is going to be available to the public. So Christian Gold probably just should have, quietly went away, just continued to settle quietly, make things right quietly, and, just tiptoe on out the sanctuary very what? Very quietly. But instead, no. He's writing up letters and petitions and shit, girl, from the Fulton County Jail. A mess. So that's what's going on right now, girl. Attorney will be responding. She will be defending herself. The feds are involved, and we'll be keeping you guys updated on what becomes of Attorney Simone's pending disbarment, girl, per request of Miss Christian Gold, Jennifer's old nasty piece, a husband child. All right. Now, Megan Thee Stallion, girl, as you all know, Megan Thee Stallion sued the hell out of a very small, insignificant, infinitely itty-bitty, witty, teeny, tiny content creator by the name of Fraud Radio Girl. Okay, y'all may know her as Milagro Scams. Okay, she has been sued per Megan Thee Stallion, who filed against her motherfucking ass in the state of Florida, girl. She's getting it popping. She want all the smoke. Damages exceed that of $75,000 damn dollars. Okay, now this lawsuit that Megan has against Slob Radio is not so much as a defamation suit as much as it is a civil suit alleging that Milagros Scams has cyberbullied her, invaded her privacy, harassed and menaced her, and also spread a plethora of misinformation about her. So you have some defamation sprinkled in, you know, stalking, menacing, harassment, etc., girl. All right. If you missed the last live stream, make sure that you guys check that out because we read all 24 pages of that civil suit. All right. Now, I had encouraged, you know, Fraud Radio ass to, you know, just make an apology video, throw Nicki Minaj under the bus, tell Meg it was all old Nika's fault, girl, and then haul ass because, you know, Megan Thee Stallion is probably a very reasonable woman. I mean, this is the same woman who didn't even want to press charges against Tory. The state did, okay? So Megan is very reasonable, girl, okay? If I was Milagros Scams, I would have absolutely threw Kenneth Petty and Onika under the bus, babe. I would have pinned this all on them, bitch. Put a reverse Uno and all, girl. I would have started dragging Tory Lanez and everything, baby. I would have became Megan Thee Stallion's little pet, girl, okay? But no. Milagros Scams with her egotism, girl, is going to attempt to double down with her filter, child. And she, you know, is ready to pull an old nasty piece. Countersuit against Megan. All right. So courtesy the Jasmine brand, because y'all know I don't follow these heathens directly, girl. If it ain't somebody reporting on them, I just ain't gonna know about it, girl. I don't follow these folk on their YouTubes, on their station heads, girl. No, nothing, child. I would never, girl. But courtesy of one of my favorite blogs, the Jasmine brand, child. They reported on this whole being sued. And this is what she had to say per Twitter, also currently known as Miss X. All right. She said, Grell, I've been informed that I am being sued by Alex Sparrow on behalf of his client, Megan Thee Stallion. Of course, we'll chat about it. And they threw in the tape too, okay? The fake-ass, deep-fake AI video of Megan involved in a SEX act, all right? Then she said, countersuit is gonna be crazy, girl. What's gonna be crazy is this girl actually settling and begging for mediation when it's all said and done, all right? Now, she says she's gonna be countersuit, and I'm curious to know what the countersuit is gonna be. A countersuit and a defense are not the same thing. So with her saying she's going to countersue, that means, for one, she's going to have to first and foremost defend herself against the allegations against her. Then she's got to find something to sue Megan Thee Stallion over. Since Megan Thee Stallion has paid her to dust, I'm curious to know what in the hell is Megan Thee Stallion gonna be liable for as it relates to her? Because it's not like this is a two-sided beef, girl. This beef has been one-sided entirely. She ain't called you a lying asshole. She ain't been directly in your emails. She hasn't defamed you in any way, shape, or form. You ain't got no business to injure. You know, if anything, you done made all the Bitcoin. You done made all the Mexican pesos off of talking about her. So I'm curious to know, do y'all know? Does anybody want to tell me what in the hell is going to be the substance and the footwork of Milagros Scams countersuit, girl? Do y'all have any clue, girl? because I have been living under a rock, girl, so maybe I missed a whole lot of back and forth between Megan and the scams, girl. What is the tea gonna be? Do you know Moesha? What in the hell is she gonna be countersuing for? Because the only countersuit she gets is if she so happens to win against Megan, she can sue for attorney costs and attorney fees. But outside of that, what in the hell is she? Okay, so SUING said, okay, well, they say that she's being paid by Tory for her to just land and Megan. So Megan and her team need to be able to prove that, and that is in the litigation. And like a lot of other people were saying, Alex Spurrow is a heavy hitter in this whole legal thing. He's a heavy hitter attorney. More than likely, he's not going to make a claim that they can't reasonably argue or prove. Okay? So Alex Spurrow knows that everything he listed in that suit, he's going to have to prove it at the end of the day. And the interesting thing is going to be, what do they have as the proof, girl? Okay, because Alex Spurrow not going to put Megan in a position, girl, to look stupid here. And considering that, reasonable doubt is, she definitely got her head far up Tory's bussy, baby, okay? We know that Tory Lanez also is in the business of making promises, a.k.a. Kelsey and Meg, who he promised $1 million to not say nothing to police. Such as him visiting Kelsey when he got out of jail after the outing and promising to help her out with anything she need. So we know, girl, between her desperation, Slot Radio's desperation and her thirst, girl, that gets real, and her begging him down for podcasts and everything, and, her allegedly getting in the back of the SUV, to a ride back to her cheap-ass Airbnb and everything, girl. I mean, that definitely there is a physical proximity. But the particular claims, like SUING said, that they have a conspiratorial relationship. Well, that much is obvious as well, because she did spread misinformation. She did directly lie about things that were happening in the court during the trial that were not the case. And we know that Tory Lanez was in the business of spreading misinformation during this whole thing as well. We also know that DJ Academics, who is a Tory Lanez fanatic and concubine, was also assisting in spreading untruths and misinformation as well. His ass had got clocked by Megan herself and her team when he was putting out misinformation on Miss Twitter X, girl. And then we know that DJ Academics and Scam Radios, had collaborated for a little bit in terms of, the reporting from the courtroom itself, girl. So, there is a conspiratorial, tethering taking place, child. Okay, but I'm also interested in those particular claims too, if they can back this up reasonably. And if I don't recall, did the lawsuit literally state that she was getting paid, or did the lawsuit state that she was doing his dirty work? Because I do remember the verbiage of dirty work, that she was doing his bidding. I'm not sure if that particular verbiage was there, that she was being paid. Did you guys hear the being paid part? Because it might have been in there, but I don't recall being paid per se. But they damn sure were clear that that bitch was conspiring with Tory and the other Teletubbies, girl. Okay, to put out misinformation. Okay, SUING said Scams has videos questioning the Megan side before she had contact with Corey and his pop. So I wouldn't say they were working. But see, yeah, it don't matter if she was doing this prior. What what we know happened factually is that they started communicating and that they had proximity. A verified proximity. So the course ain't gonna worry about if she was doing it prior. You know, it's gonna be proven once she got involved with Miss Lane's child, that she started leaning over to the left even harder, baby. Okay, that shit got even more biased, and for obvious reasons. So I wouldn't say that they were working together. She started questioning Megan off Kelsey's mom and sister, went online. This L is gonna and is she ready? Because she talking big dick energy, girl. Countess is gonna be crazy. Okay, and we're gonna hold her to that. So we shouldn't be hearing anything, because you know we've heard this type of championing before from defendants. Okay, we've heard all this sue me, sue me, sue me. We've heard all this bravado before from other defendants, from other lawsuits, girl. And then when lawsuit time came, they was up here doing damn telethons trying to raise money that they didn't have, girl. Okay, for them lawsuits, girl, they were begging people, girl, to take it all away, to take it all away, sugar. Okay, so we know it always starts off this way, with people talking all that shit. So we shouldn't hear nothing about her settling. We shouldn't hear nothing about Slot Radio mediating, girl. And we want to see the same energy, baby, when she takes that L. Okay, because this is just not sensible at all, girl. Tory Lanez is already in prison. He couldn't even defend his own plight. You now being sued because you participated in helping him to sell over a narrative that didn't even work for him in a criminal case. So what is really the point of staying with it unless she wants to clout off of it? You know, but if she want Megan to, if she want to take a chance on this litigation in a attempt to get a win, only to take a L, and then want to put Megan in a legal position to be able to garner the little bit of chime donation she get, and a little bit of fucking Cash App donation she get, and a little bit of Google accents or station accents that her ass get, okay, and to be able to snatch her damn EBT up off of her, girl, because Megan is gonna pull apply the same pressure that Cardi B did to Unhinged, girl. Okay? Y'all see Onika and Kenneth Petty, girl, being ran down on right now by that security guard who sued them for 6 figures, and they didn't respond to the motherfucking litigation. He won by goddamn default, and now he has petitioned the courts, girl, to start seizing and garnishing accordingly, baby. Okay, so not worth it for a nigga whose truth didn't even get him his freedom in court, girl. There's no way in hell that I would be allowing a bitch to sue me, girl, okay, over a motherfucking nigga who is in prison for what he was found guilty of doing to said girl. Okay, makes no sense. Conscious, remember, Alex Jones denied Sandy Hook was real, and look what happened. Exactly, child. And that's why I say they want that bitch in court. Megan is prepared, baby, to talk about her emotional distress, baby. She's prepared, baby, to perform in front of that goddamn jury, girl. Okay, she is ready, honey, to bring and dress this whole thing up once again, because she told us, you know, months ago, girl, she was coming around the block where they come, and she waited one day before Halloween, baby, to trick or treat these motherfucking hoes. All right, so hey, this is going to be very interesting. We want to see if this energy is going to stick like grits, and I told you guys, I'm going to be keeping y'all posted, girl. We're going to be going blow by blow, girl. We're going to be, you know, reporting on what the tea is, honey. You know, I try to give us some advice in the last live stream, child, because, you know, I don't want them hoes saying, CTV, you being biased, okay? So, you know, I had to call it down the middle. Had to give her some, had to give Megan some, but, child, she seemingly want all the smoke. So, Megan, commence, baby. Tell her ass up. Sonny says, like, girl, he locked up behind that argument, but it's going to work for you? Ding, 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 ding. Just, you know, brain is fried, girl. Fried. Okay, Moesha says she better have an LLC on fire, and she do. However, her LLC had came under fire as well. She wasn't like paying taxes on her LLC and shit, girl. So all that's fucked up and chucked up too, girl. Just a mess, child. A whole mess. Hold on real quick, y'all. Hold on. I'm coming. Hold on. It's a mess. It's a mess. It's a mess, child. A holy, holy mess. All right. Sit my ass back down. She doesn't have Consciouztv money. Right. Because, oh, well, you know, she's probably going to get, you know, the fraudsters, girl, to donate, you know, $100, you know, every 15 minutes. You know, it's going to go from 20 to donations of 100. Probably going to start a damn GoFundMe, girl. Okay. And good. If this is the way you starting off, this is a sure way to prophesize that you are already losing, honey. Okay. If we see any donation and crowdfunding, baby, she taking that L, bitch. Okay. She taking that L. And I got to reiterate here that Megan Thee Stallion might not even be looking for a win. She might just be looking to embarrass her and to cause her financial distress. All right. Now, I listened to Megan Kunith, who also was reporting live from the courthouse that Wendy Wiggins and Slot Radio got banned for. She did like a 7-minute live stream, and she said, girl, she's not surprised at this litigation. A lot of people not surprised. People said to me that Wendy Wiggins also said he not surprised. So apparently a lot of people feel like, girl, this fade has been a long time coming, girl. This monkey stomping has been a long time coming, girl. Between Miss Megan Pete and Miss Malago Scams, girl, okay? That Malago Scams been asking for it, child. So she about to get that everlasting work, honey. If Timo Talk says, girl, she shouldn't even ask for none of that. The herpes she's already showing tells us she don't need that on period. Yes, Sonny child. Yes, 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 God, because they're going to get in all her business, baby. Discovery going to be nasty, girl. Because, oh, that's another thing. Oh, they are. They're going to have to get into her finances, child. I don't think Scams has really thought this through. They're going to get in all her shit, bitch. Okay, this is not going to end up well for her at all. Okay, I don't understand the logic. I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't understand. Does anybody here understand? Because, you know, I'm not understanding at all. It didn't work out for Unhinged. And Unhinged has a larger platform. You know, she had somewhat, slightly, not really competent attorneys. You know, she done spent over $1 million litigating, and now she owe $4 million and then some to a bitch. And just like all the Unhinged business had to rise to the top, girl. You know, got all involved, girl, in her credit. All in her checking. She owed the IRS 6 figures, baby. I mean, they ran down on that hoe. I mean, Unhinged had to sell her newborn to African immigrants, girl. Okay? And now she's also being sued by her own attorneys, who she hasn't even paid. So, it's just getting messy. She might be implicated in further crime. Oh, speaking of that, I want to read what Moesha said in my previous live stream, speaking of further implications. Because Moesha, you left a comment that I think is very interesting, because the part of the lawsuit that talks about that AI generated SEX video that Slob Radio, sent her followers to go look at. There may be some real issues there, child. Okay? Even Megan Thee girl said that there's going to be some real issues right there. Okay, Moesha said that somebody fucked up real bad sharing that AI video, and it's federal. I heard interstate cyber stalking, harassment through interstate commerce, and a violation of CFAA. Child, she better hope it stays civil, because it shouldn't be hard for a decent lawyer to prove intent to harm, and the punishment for those crimes include jail, bitch. And I think that's why they built the lawsuit up the way they did, in order to prove that she is being malicious, just like Unhinged was toward Cardi. That's why the lawsuit lists a bunch of audios of her calling Megan a lying ass hoe. I'm sure that they're also sitting on other corroborating evidence as well, because, she's done multiple live streams on various platforms where she has expressed a lot of disdain. She's openly said she don't like this damn woman. So all of that is going to come to bite her in that flat, non-botched, non-BBL pancake ass. Jail, 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 Moesha says, baby. AK better, he must forgot he went off on Drake. She went off on Drake, exposing his BBL, girl. How so, though, if everyone was sharing it and everybody could be liable? Okay, see, here's how this worked, right? Think of this as a bunch of us on the sidewalk, and the both of us get to throwing rocks at a particular car, and those rocks does damage to that said particular car. My rock might have caused a dent. Your rock might have caused a glass window to be shattered. Another rock might have caused the rearview mirror to pop off. Now, from there, the victim, whoever's property this was, gets to decide if they're going to hold us all accountable, or whether they're going to pick out whom they choose from, those that threw the rocks. That may involve all of our asses being held accountable. It may involve only your ass being accountable. That is totally up to the victim of said crime at that point. So while there may have been other people resharing video, there may have other people also commentating or peddling the video around as real, or taunting Megan with it, or whatever it was. If you, in fact, was a part of the squad, you have put yourself in a position to be held liable, but it's also not 100% certain that you will, because that, once again, comes down to Megan, who she's going to hold accountable. And this is the problem with being a following ass bitch. Ain't our mamas told us, girl, what you gonna do? If your friends go jump off a cliff, you gonna go with their ass as well? This is the problem with being a follower, is that you may watch other people get away with something that you're going to be held accountable for. This is the problem with using the quantity psychology over the right and wrong psychology. Is a whole lot of motherfucking people might have participated in the bullshit of it all, but your ass may be the one who may be picked out of the any, many, miny, mo. And I'm also going to add that while there also may have been other users and ex-users and commentators and influencers and persons who shared out this video, what makes Malago scams of particular interest to Megan is because she commits not only to that, she commits to what Megan is arguing, a long-standing smear campaign against her. She has been somebody who has went out of her way to be seen as a Megan Thee Stallion hater. She's the one who has gone out of her way. Yes, she's been the loudest in the room. She's been the most committed in the room. And now Megan is giving her the attention that she wants. And guess who's not going to be there for Slob Radio? Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj didn't even cut Unhinged a check when she was going up against her op. And Unhinged and Onika got proxy. She's a home bitch. Okay? Shelia says, my mama used to say, who you hang with says who you are. Choose your friends carefully. Albie says at some point she has to admit she's jealous. I don't even think she got to admit it at this point. It's kind of, it's kind of obvious, child. Sideways says she also stated that she didn't think the video was real and was against whoever did it, but at the same time she promoted it, so she kind of like double-handed herself, like, oh, this isn't real, but everybody go look at it. Yikes. Because if it wasn't real, what was really the point then of directing anybody to go look at it? What was the point of sharing out links for people to look at something that was slanderous and something that was injurious and something that was designed to humiliate another person? If it wasn't real and that was your personal opinion that it wasn't even real, then why did you even help to give it life by redirecting other people to check out said video? Once again, you got to remember, the lawyers have to build up intent. You're malicious, you're hateful, and you're wanting to paint our client in a wrong light. And even in this situation, you attempted to be manipulative, and really was probably a legal strategy on Slob Radio's part. She probably thought she was finding her loophole, right? Like, I really don't like this bitch, so I'm going to definitely share out this link of her in a humiliating position. But in order to evade and avoid being civilly sued, I'm going to say I don't believe it. And she probably thought that was going to save her. But now she's going to have to really argue that. Because some of the stuff listed in the suit isn't necessarily defamation. They're making other claims and running examples of things together to prove that malicious intent. So I don't know if the whole AI thing is going to be dealt with directly or if it was just used to help establish context and maliciousness, etc. But she does have to make it make sense. If it wasn't real, why the fuck did you share it? Would you have wanted Meg to use her platform to share misinformation about you? If it were you who had a fake AI SEX video made of you and Megan used her platform to point her followers to it while giving a disclaimer, I don't think it's real, but you still would have experienced, and more than you would have experienced, injury still. Because it's not about whether you believe it or not. You're sharing harmful content about someone else. That content was designed to be harmful, which is why it was a deep fake video. And I believe Scams went back and forth about it, actually. She wasn't really sure whether it was real or not. But what we know is that the content itself was designed to be harmful. And she nonetheless redirected everybody to it instead of just giving her commentary. Hey, y'all, there's a fake AI video that somebody sent me. I saw it, and I don't think it's real. It is what it is. But no, you a long-standing Megan Thee Stallion hater went and provided links to said harmful content. I'm not sure if her little disclaimer that she don't think it's real is going to be enough to get her ass out of this. Just like allegedly does not in and of itself save a person from liability and accountability. So we'll see. All right. So moving on. We got to get on through. We got to push on through, child. Hold on. But let me take some more comments about this. High mental abilities. Hey, boo says this makes it even worse because she knew it was fake, right? And decided to share it anyway to leave others to think otherwise. And knew that they would think otherwise because she knows that she's fostered a negative consumer base that wants to believe any and everything that they can about Megan, especially if it's disparaging. So she knew what she was doing, child. She knew what she was doing. I can't wait for my girl's memoir. Speaking of that, make sure that you guys tune in to Megan's documentary, which I believe is going to be on Hulu, right, you guys? Her documentary comes out on October the 31st, Halloween. I believe it's going to premiere on Hulu, but I'm going to bootleg that thing, child. That's what I do. No, it's a Prime. Oh, yeah, I have Prime. Okay. No. It's going to be on Prime Video documentary, okay? So if you guys have Amazon Prime, girl, you will be in store. You can rent it out there. I have a Prime account, so I'll be checking that thing out, girl. It was also posted on, Chef, are you saying it was also posted on Scam's Discord? Child. Okay, Moesha said, depending on the judge, they might make an example out of scams over the AI video. Deepfakes AI corn is a huge issue. Oh, girl. And once again, even Megan Kuhn's girl, who is a journalist, she even said, girl, she done got herself into some shit, especially with that. That's probably going to be the meat and the potatoes of the suit. Okay, and she promoted it. Spyro will locate the IP address of where the video originated. Exactly. If she was thinking that she would not have thought that. And you know what Megan said in a song, the next blog, that spreads lies, she will sue them. And they're just like Cardi B said she's coming. I guess people don't believe it. These celebrities be saying, girl, we're coming. And then when they come, what's this? Shade Pearl says, y'all remember that documentary we've been waiting on from Nikki? Nope. I don't remember it at all, child. Honey says, that's what clout chasing gets you. She wanted attention, and now she got it. It's going to be a mess, girl. Yeah, got to check it out. We'll review it, honey, all right? All right, moving on to last but not least, girl, this Tesehki and Chrisean Rock Baddies Midwest situation, girl, got the internet in shambles. It got the family all disturbed and broken up. It's a lot going on. So for those of you who have been living under a rock, hold on. It's a lot going on. I heard she is deleting it, and she probably is. If she was smart, but see, why claim you're gonna have a countersuit and do all of this, but then you deleting videos? Her deleting videos is proof that she knows she has committed atrocities, and because this attorney was literally writing up this lawsuit, literally up to 2 days ago, girl. Like, they literally cited evidence to support their allegations against scams all the way up to October 27th. Those attorneys already got everything that they need from her platform. And because Alex Sparrow is a beast, he probably assumed that she would start deleting shit, which is why they've been secretly extracting data and content from her platform in order to compile in a lawsuit. So she can go on the deleting spree now. Like, you about 2 years too late, baby. They already done did this. They already done chronicled this. They have already done flash drive, screenshot, screen recorded, downloaded this. Same thing happened in Larry Reed's case against his stalker, girl. We had already been chronicling and documenting for years prior to him filing his suit, which cited 77 claims against said stalker. So once he started deleting shit all on Facebook, girl, it was a little too late. And now his ass is stuck, penalized, in contempt, paying hundreds of thousands of dollars to the goddamn courts, girl, over a litigation he begged for. Everybody is a bad bitch until it's time to be a bad bitch. All right, but then when a bad bitch find themselves in a bad situation, they find themselves a sad bitch. The attorney probably had his paralegals up to get her Discord. There should be legal repercussions when people make false claims, regardless if the person chooses to file a civil suit for defamation. That'll lessen how much is done. I agree with that, Stephanie. Sure did. Deletion means nothing now. I would imagine they've been building the case for years, just in case she went too far. And on top of that, because Megan is a rich bitch, all she got to do, and all her attorney is going to do, if they need things that they don't have from scams, social media accounts, is they're going to hire a forensic accountant to go in and extract all that shit, because she leaves a digital footprint. All Megan has to do is have her team subpoena her YouTube page, have her team subpoena her Instagram page, station head, etc. And they're going to be able to pull those deleted digital copies accordingly. That's all they have to do. So deleting it is really pointless unless deletion is coupled with, I'm sorry, I'm going to remove all said content. If it's a part of a package deal, an apologetic package deal, yes, you delete away. If you're deleting in accordance to an agreement that you're done and you're not going to be commentating on this person anymore, blah, 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 and yeah. But not arguing, I'm going to countersue and I'm going to be responding and I'm doubling down and then start deleting shit like a guilty bitch. And then think that deleting it somehow makes it unattainable to the powers that be, because it does not. All right? So, girl, I'll be keeping y'all updated, all right? So, back to Chrisean Rock, child. So, for those of you who've been living under a rock, you guys know that Baddies Midwest has been filmed. There was a super trailer produced. In that super trailer, Chrisean Rock is seen confronting her sister Tesehki over forcing her to eat her for JJ when she was just 7 years old. All right, this has gone completely viral, girl, and there's a lot of drama going on as it relates to the excerpts from that trailer. Now, what we've learned as a result of that explosive trailer is that these allegations were not new. A year ago, these claims had been made publicly about Tesehki from Chrisean Rock, as well as from her nephew, Tristan, as well as from their sister, China. Girl, there's just been a lot going on. Tristan has made, 5 to several videos alleging his abuse at the hands of his aunties, including Tesehki, and his uncles. He's claimed that he has gotten an apology from 2 of the uncles, but none of the, in fact, aunties. All right. Tesehki has denied wrongdoing. She has taunted lawsuits against her family that she has not filed. She has not followed up with the filing. And there are people on both sides. People are defending Tesehki, saying that Chrisean Rock is a liar, that she has a history of lying. She lied on Blueface about finding certain things in his phone, turned around and said that those things weren't true, things about his sexuality that weren't true, that she has a history of lying and saying extreme shit about people when she's upset. And then you got people who believe Chrisean, based upon not just Chrisean saying it, but other relatives as well, doubling down on those allegations. And some people are even arguing Tesehki's lack of defending herself against this is very suspect. We talked about this in a previous live stream where I said that it's interesting that Tesehki would do a current scene with Chrisean about allegations that Chrisean and her relatives had already spread about Tesehki a year prior. And you would sit in a scene with her to talk about some other drama that went on between you and her. And this girl has already jumped out of the window and said one of the worst things you can say about somebody. I would almost even say, calling somebody a PDF file is worse than even calling them a murderer at this point. It's so defaming, and it's so very difficult for a person to prove that they did not do something like that, which is what makes that type of allegation very dangerous to weaponize against somebody, especially if it's not true, because it's hard to undo an allegation like that. If I was Tesehki, there's no way in hell, bitch, that I would have sat down with Chrisean in a scene. Bitch, you're dead to me. You're done to me, especially if that shit is not true. Bitch, we don't get to make no money together. We don't get to do no business together, bitch. At that point, girl, you are trash to me. You don't exist to me. I would never trust you in any fucking situation ever again in life if you can be that malicious and that reputationally harmful. Bitch, we're not doing ZEUS. We're not doing nothing, bitch. You haven't even recalibrated and retracted those allegations you made against me. And what's scary about those allegations is that Tesehki nonetheless allowed herself to be in a scene. And then the scene wasn't even about Tesehki confronting Chrisean about that. It was Chrisean using whatever the conversation was supposed to be and gagging her ass with those allegations and doubling down. I'm confused. It makes no sense. Okay? And once again, there hasn't been a lawsuit, even though Tesehki has threatened a suit. Where's the suit, bitch? The suit should have been filed immediately. The cease and desist should have been sent immediately. And fuck ZEUS, I wouldn't give a damn if I was breaking contract, girl. I'm gonna have to break it, bitch, because what y'all not gonna do is participate in a bitch spraying me like this in this way over some salacious, egregious, evil ass narrative like this, bitch, on a platform, and you think I'm gonna eat it as long as you continue to cut me motherfucking checks, bitch, because once again, these are allegations, if not dealt with properly, if not confronted properly, that can follow somebody their whole entire motherfucking life. And bitch, I would not want to be a paid bitch who could not defend myself against some fucking narratives like that, girl. I'd rather be broke, bitch, and be innocent and prove my innocence than to stay in contract with an exploitative ass network who's willing to pay me to let a bitch do me the fuck in, because ZEUS gonna be over one day. And Tesehki's time with ZEUS is gonna be over one day. And then what? When the checks dry up, when ZEUS is done, and you ain't got no more to give, baby. They done ran you dry of all your family drama. They done ran you dry, girl, of it all. Then what? Those little $100,000 checks that you probably gonna blow through, is it gonna be worth it in the end to have allowed somebody to play in your face like this, and for these things to live on and on and on and on? Not I, bitch. Not I. And I don't feel sorry for Tesehki, because it's clear from the other excerpts in the trailer that she took an opportunity to sit down with her sister who had put out this information. Chrisean Rock used the conversation to gag the fuck out of her motherfucking ass and say what she said. And then from the rest of the trailer, it looks like Tesehki tried to play the victim, girl, and oh my God, and oh, and I'm leaving. And no, baby, because you should have handled her ass a year ago. You could have stopped this a year ago. You let this girl play in your face, and then you agreed to sit down with her over some other contrary shit. It would have been at least some redemptiveness in this scene if she would have been the one to orchestrate it. If she would have been the one to say, yeah, bring this bitch on, because I'm going to make her stand in her shit, bitch, and I'm going to call her the fuck out for what she said about me. But no, bitch, it's Chrisean gagging you. It's Chrisean confronting you. And that's what Tesehki ass get for letting the bitch lay low and letting ZEUS think what they was about to do was talk about Chrisean getting you jumped by her best friends and blah, 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 blah. And then Chrisean gave you the boop, boop, the 2-piece and the biscuit, bitch. She gave you the 2-piece and the biscuit, bitch. Girl, never. Bitch, a bitch could never play in my face like this. Now, there's been some things happening. Let me see here. Let me clear up my screen real quick, because we got to listen to some things. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, you guys. There's been some things happening. Okay, for those of you who are... Oh, and here's further proof that this scene was not set up by Tesehki, but was, you know, it wasn't her who was behind that scene. It wasn't her, girl. It was Chrisean, literally, who set up this whole scene, girl. Well, I just don't understand what... Girl, just dumb. Just motherfucking dumb. Hold on. For those of you who missed it, this is the scene in question. Let me stop sharing my motherfucking screen. All right. Hold on, let me get the rest of this shit out of the way. Okay. Check this shit out.
Defamation of character.
When I was 7, you made me eat your pussy.
You said what? I'm done talking. But you're going to fucking jail. Defamation of character.
When I was 7, you made me eat your pussy.
You said what? I'm done talking. But you're going to fucking jail. Defamation of character.
When I was 7, you made me eat your pussy.
You said what? I'm done talking.
You said what, girl? So obviously, girl, Chrisean Rock is the one who put the reverse Uno in the conversation, and rightfully so. Chrisean Rock had her baby with her to keep Tesehki from whipping her ass, because Tesehki will whip your ass whether she right or wrong, girl. Okay. Now, as you guys can see here, Tesehki commented under, I guess, the neighborhood talk comment section when this trailer was posted and said, "Now that was a season, and so glad I'm a seasoned professional, cause baby." All right, so she seemingly, I don't know what that's supposed to mean, girl. It's just, girl, it's just not enough, girl. It's just not enough for me.
The news that we got today.
It just ain't enough for me, child. All right. Now, ZEUS been catching a lot of slack as well, because people been saying, Tesehki, you should be suing ZEUS as well, girl, not just threatening to sue Chrisean Rock and the rest of your damn blood relatives. So a ZEUS Network digital consultant, okay, Chill Thompson, has chimed in and says that Chrisean Rock actually should be held accountable, not ZEUS, girl, okay? What Chrisean claimed, quote, Tesehki did to her as a child has nothing to do with ZEUS. Those are allegations, and we don't know if they're true or not. But coming to my post and DMing me saying ZEUS shouldn't have aired it and being disrespectful doesn't make sense. How about holding Chrisean accountable for her own words? No one forced her to say it. That's what she chose to share. She's an adult. Blaming ZEUS for broadcasting it is delusional. Now, unfortunately, as much as I don't fuck with ZEUS, I'm going to have to agree with this consultant. Yes, this is nasty work. And in a righteous world, I would love it. We all would love it if these networks, these corporations would have a humanity, if they would have a ethics, if they would have a morality, but they don't. To the consultant's point, this is TV. This is a business. And it's low down Jerry Springer, Love and Hip Hop level trash TV. And everybody who signs up to our network and our company knows what they're signing up for. And they know what's expected of them. And they know what they're getting paid to do for a motherfucking Klondike bar. Okay? These people are not being made to say anything. They do whatever they do, so hold Chrisean Rock accountable. Now, if ZEUS didn't even protect Bobby, who they allowed Tommy to slander by claiming that he has the house in Virginia, then they damn sure wasn't going to protect Tesehki. I mean, they didn't even protect Chrisean. they opened up Chrisean and Blueface's reality show with her ass sitting in the passenger seat of his car, beat the fuck up with bruises, busted lips, and injuries that she got from him. So you know damn well they wasn't gonna draw the line like the fuck at Tesehki getting ran down on verbally. They didn't even protect Diamond the body. They allowed her to get her shit knocked out, her shit tore up. So this is not that, and hardly any reality TV is. They go into it with a very toxic, masculine business mind, which is, we specialize in chaos and debauchery. You've auditioned for chaos and debauchery. Our contracts agree that we're going to produce debauchering content together. This is going to require a collaboration, and that establishes that there are no victims and what's to come as a result of you choosing to sign up for the debauchery of it all. It's just like signing up to be a boxer or a football player or to be a professional in any contact sport. You know it's a contact sport. You know that there are high risk of head injuries, brain injuries, bone injuries, even fatalities. You go into it knowing that. You can't hold the NFL or hockey or kickboxing or wrestling accountable for the injuries that you were aware could potentially be there prior to you coming into the field. So I have to unfortunately agree with the digital consultant Chill Thompson in this case. It's sad that there is no humanity, but ZEUS also is not acting like they are Mother Teresa. This is what they specialize in. If you come to them willing to sell yourself out and sell your family out, you come to them to sign up for what they do, then unfortunately it's fair game. And I don't know what else to say about that. Okay? Don't come into a bunch of bullshit and then only call it bullshit when the drama now doesn't benefit you. Everybody gets their turn in reality TV. Just ask Candy Burris. I'm going to come in as the good girl, as the mom, the wife, the business owner, but at the same time, know that I signed up for the shade and the debauchery of it all. And now that I'm in a room with a bitch who's saying that I raped another bitch, lawsuit time. Everybody gets their turn, baby. You don't get to be a part of the storm, even if you initially go in trying to be in the eye without catching the wind, baby. Okay? If you sow to the winds, you will inherit the whirlwind. You will. That's literally scientific principle of cause and effect, all right? Now, things get even more interesting. Because Chrisean's ex-bestie, who got her ass whooped by Tesehki, has allegedly apologized, or she's speaking out on the claims that Chrisean made about Tesehki, all right? These ex-best friends of Chrisean are also apologizing to Tesehki now that they've fallen out with Tesehki. So I guess this is a part of the continual ass-kissing campaign that they're on. Chrisean's bestie speaks out, I should say her ex-bestie, concerning her incest claims, says Chrisean is a known liar who has made false claims concerning sex in the past. All right. In the story from AJ Sierra, I can't hardly see that, it's too far away. She says, been her best friend since sophomore year of high school, and as many times as Shawty been mad and I was there with her, these allegations would have been came up. She never said a word about her sister touching her ever. Mind y'all, we was just sleeping on Tippa couch the day before she announced she was pregnant, and prior to that, calling Tippa every day, aka Tesehki, and with her every time you came to Maryland. Chrisean, you're sick. Every time something didn't go her way, she lied about somebody touching her. She lied about Sean R. Malone, the people who took you in, and the baby godparents making sexual advances at her. She lied about another person trying to have sex with her. Now you lying about your own blood sister simply because you're jealous of her. You know, character witnesses have their place. However, you know, I think if you're going to be a character witness for someone and you're going to speak to a situation that you did not have direct knowledge in, the very least you could do is be more factual based than like personally based. Like, if a person is lying, you literally cite their lies. You cite their literal inconsistencies. Like, you really like frame that shit up. But you can't say it's not true because she didn't tell me about this. Considering how close, well, I mean, considering that Tesehki and Chrisean are relatives, and she may, you know, and she still had an active relationship to Tesehki, why the fuck would she have shared that with you to begin with? That particular information might have been information to whom it may concern as it relates to Chrisean, to whom it may concern, okay? Families do incubate and gatekeep information. Why would Chrisean just have been willy-nilly about just telling anybody outside the situation? It's one thing for the family to know and the family to have confronted and dealt with all of this, but why would she have gone outside of her family unit and just been spreading this information about a woman that she knew she was going to continue to be in relationship to until she wasn't? Because it's not like her and Tesehki was estranged. That would have been one thing. But with her and Tesehki also continuing to have an active relationship, why the fuck would she have one of her friends to know that the person that she's bringing around was molesting her? There was no benefit in that whatsoever. So just because Chrisean didn't tell one of her best friends at the time doesn't necessarily mean that this is not true either. But she did make a fair point that Chrisean Rock has lied before. Okay. I can understand why people then would not be quick to believe Chrisean. And Chrisean has to eat that L. You know, she has lied on her baby daddy in the past. She has made egregious claims against people in the past. But what also makes Chrisean unique in this situation is that she's not the only one making these claims against Tesehki. Chrisean's nephew is. Chrisean's other aunts are. Her other sisters are. Her other niece, Christian's sister is. Is not just Chrisean. So Chrisean is not like an isolated accuser. There are multiple people in that family who have made those claims against Tesehki and other relatives. And speaking of that, we're going to, per fair use, listen to some more of what Chrisean has to say. I'm going to assume that this is a recent video, and Chrisean's sister, Taryn, also came forward. We're going to listen to what she has to say. And both of these audios come from the YouTube channel Royalties World Live. So shout out to Royalties World Live, who we're going to be extracting this audio from under the guise of fair use, commentary purposes, etc., etc., etc. All right, well, let's first take a listen to Tristan. And once again, this is courtesy of Royalty World Live, okay? Who the title of the video is Chrisean Nephew Tristan names all 5 of Chrisean's siblings that tried him, including 2 boys, aka 2 of his uncles. Now, Tristan said that 2 of his uncles gave him an apology, but none of the aunties have. All right, so let me pull up a visual, and then we're going to do fair use here. All right, check this out. This is the nephew.
My DM, on my YouTube channel, on my Facebook. You lying. What the f*** I'm lying about, bro? I'm down. Y'all ain't hurting me none saying this. It's making me laugh when y'all say I'm lying, because I'm looking like, if I'm lying, why is this so serious? Why not they just throw it under the rug again if I'm lying? Why is it getting this far? If I'm lying. Why is it getting this far? Why is everybody sharing my? Why is even my other aunt Chrisean even saying it's true? So y'all saying Chrisean a liar too?
Yes.
Especially why hey Kai, you saying Chrisean
Chrisean be lying, I'm sorry.
Liar too?
She might not be lying about this though.
Because she the one exposed her ass right there and shared my video. Or got it shared. So y'all saying she lying too then?
I'm the first one to graduate in my family.
All right, they're paying bills with commercials, honey. Royalties World Live is paying bills. Let's pay these thumbs ups. All right, you guys, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. We're getting through a commercial right now. Once again, this is audio courtesy of Royalties World Live. And if you guys know what Tristan's IG is, you guys send that to me.
What you mean the age is not adding up? I was 7 years old, bro. Chrisean and Lil Petey, they was babies. They was the only babies. Even in this picture.
I will agree.
In fact, I even add you on this. We can add that picture on here. And I'm going to let the world explain what you're trying to explain. They're going to look at you crazy as hell like, what? They're like, girl, that look littleish, that picture. And I was smallest from the front with a big head. My hair wasn't done nothing. If you look in that picture, hey, why, hey, Kai? If you look in that picture, you're going to see my hair up, all right? My hair is up, and everybody else's hair is done to a T. My uncle got fresh braids. My other uncle got fresh braids. My aunts got ponytails. And so if they treating me so nice, not doing nothing wrong, why the f*** is my hair up? You can see it in that picture I was getting tortured. That's why I love you for that picture. Thank you for sending me that, because that's another one I'm about to put in the story too. They up showing that picture. That's going to show it all right there. They was torturing my ass.
Crazy. Chastity just...
Like, I hate these. That's how I go.
To be like, hold on now.
Hold on.
Change. The characters won't never change. This movie is authentic. Yeah, man.
And I will say it never changed.
Ask Tifa and them how old they is. Ask Mookie, ask Eugene, test all them how old they are. Then come back to me. Get my age. And then you do the math. You do it all over again. No, nobody got locked up. None of that. We wasn't on that type time. We wasn't on that type time. If anything, we're supposed to die. Like, if anything, but that's family, and it's bigger than you think. It's bigger than it's soft. It's that's what I'm saying. Soft.
Now, Tristan has said that the only thing he ever wanted was an apology. That's why he ain't stunting on the 2 uncles that abused him actually, because they admitted to what they did. They apologized to him. The only thing that he wants from Tesehki and his aunts is the same thing. He wants closure.
Well, do the math, then you should see what's up. Then what's the problem? You did the math. It don't matter how older or how younger it was, bro. It happened. Then I was 7 years old, bro.
And I feel him on that. Mookie, obviously. Did they know they're not supposed to? Yes. Did they?
Yeah, my aunts and uncles, dummy. Y'all are all all victims. They wasn't victims. Some was getting spoiled, stealing wearing my clothes. My mother sent over there for me and everything, bro.
So you seen what somebody said? Everybody's a.
Who's Neek? Who you shouting out, Sonny? Who's Neek?
He said, no, they ain't. They were stealing my clothes, things like that.
Bring me facts to my story. Bring me facts to my story.
He gonna say the names.
You can bring me some facts to my story. I add you. Don't bring. I don't know how it don't make sense. They touched us and we grew up. They threw it under the rug. They went out and they went out and got married. All types of shit. Was living their life greatly. I was sitting here traumatized, getting locked up every year. And Google me. I was getting locked up every year. Doing some monstrous, I'm talking about crazy shit.
Oh, okay.
And now, look, we grew up, then went up there to California, now the camera's on, now they want to throw the story back up. That's why I love my Aunt Chrisean. She the one that did that. If it wasn't for her, y'all wouldn't even know about the story. The world wouldn't know. She the one opened the door for the whole world to even recognize us, first of all. So all my blessings of love go to my Aunt Chrisean. She ain't perfect and all. We all mentally fucked up in some type of way, but that's my girl, and she the only one out of the few that didn't do shit. And Petey, they ain't do shit. They was little ass babies. They was, yeah, see that fake, no, that was a fake ass. I'm my ex-girlfriend. She saw me with a white girl, got mad, and she saw me with a white girl, got me locked up. Yeah, I beat that joint. I beat that.
So he's talking about all his cases, some of
Hey, Chrisean hanging out with somebody that touched you as we speak. It don't matter, like, long as she didn't touch me, you feel me? I don't care what she hang out with. That's
so the public has been trying to pin Chrisean against Tristan. Tristan is very adamant that he loves Chrisean. Chrisean was a baby when all this happened. She was being abused herself. She never did anything to him. They both were victimized. And he's saying that he don't give a fuck about, you know, her relationship to, I think it's Chastity, who also Tristan named as one of his abusers. His whole thing is, you know, I'm not blaming nobody who ain't did shit to me. You know, I'm holding the people that did shit to me accountable. I think he also recognizes that they're all family. So I don't think he's tight about people being close with people. It's just a matter of he, like a lot of people, they want their closure. They want people to fess up to what they did. Chrisean Rock also said that there was at some point, I guess these things were confronted in the family. They had, you know, all decided to forgive Tesehki and put shit behind them. And she really didn't even want to, you know, put her demons on air like this. But, you know, she just got tired of Tesehki talking shit and keeping her name in her mouth, etc. So, you know, her attitude was, if you lie on me, I'm going to tell them the truth about you.
Family at the end of the day, she gonna do what she do. But long as she wasn't the one, I can keep bragging on her. I'm bragging on the ones that didn't do. Y'all ain't never see me brag on Tesehki, none of them. Y'all ain't never see me bragging on nothing. Nothing. The people not even on my page. So don't even do that. They was on my page, they would have been commenting, been saying something to me. They ain't on my page. And they know exactly where my page is. They ain't blocked or nothing. Why they ain't come tell me I'm lying? They went and told my mother she lied, went and told TikTok she lied, went on whatever platform they said they lied, but none of them people hopped on my page and said I'm lying. They know better. They know better. What you talking about? They know better. And Rock be busy, and I be trying to add on here. She be busy as, you know how many people trying to get through to that girl? Chrisean call you when she want to call you. Rock the one that made it come back out. They throw it under the rug. She the one made it come back out. So stop playing. Do your homework. YHK, Kyle. Do your homework. I'm gonna use the Chicago words. Do your homework. Did your mom confront her siblings about touching you? Yes. Yes. She even up there right now cussing out Latifah right now in the DM as we speak.
Oh, shit. His mama Charity is in Tesehki DMs right now, dragging her ass.
This is everything. Cussing out Latifah as we speak. So stop playing.
So this is when China was absolutely defending him. She's been defending him, but I'm just saying. She was going live.
When what? When what, Kai? Get on the floor and what receipt? It's like 8 of us sleeping in that one ass room on the floor and short receipt. And I can't give y'all everything because I'm waiting for that interview. I'm waiting for that interview, shorty. I don't need no TV time, none of that. I need that interview.
All right, they're paying bills over there at Royalty Worlds Live. Shout out to them for the coverage. Y'all guys, thumbs up, please.
I don't want to be on no shows, nothing. Give me my interview. I clear this up, clear my name, and let know who really supposed to be on the map. Then I'm going to fall back. Y'all won't hear from me again. I'm going to fall back.
And this was interesting because, you know, ZEUS is catching a lot of slack for airing it. But, I mean, Chrisean low-key is here for being paid for his pain at this point in time too, hell. You know, he's like, hell, if they going to use it, if y'all going to put it out there, then shit, you know, I'm gonna step into the group chat and get mine too. You know, I'm going to get my fame. I'm going to get my check. I'm going to get my whatever. And I can't even say that I blame him because that's no different than a victim suing their perpetrator civilly. You know, it's like, just pay me for my pain and just get the fuck on. Like, you know, I'm going to get my coin and go make it do with my life, child. So Chrisean is like, look, they're the one who put all this shit out there. You know, Chrisean was the first one to, you know, put this shit out there when she was addressing Tesehki, talking about her last year. And then everything else became a domino effect, you know?
I like explaining myself to people so they can understand more clearly. It ain't like I'm explaining myself as I'm trying to justify this. Hey, what? Ain't nothing to explain about that. That's not. That's real, man. You want to see the receipts? Give me the interview, man. You better go hit No Jumper or somebody. One of them. You better hit, man.
So he kept promoting the interview.
Tell him it ain't that cheap for this story, because this is a $1 billion movie if you make it. I promise you, the whole world gonna watch this movie.
I will say that it's not a good thing, especially like outside of legal proceedings, like civil suits, to want to tell your story unless you're paid for it, because even in journalism, once you come forward and start talking because of money, it diminishes the credibility of your claims. Historically, we know that people will exaggerate, people will all out lie, because money creates a pressure to really sell something over and to really, you know, perform. And it can just get really muddied, which is why most networks and shit, they don't pay you for your story. They may cover flights and cover hotel and different things, but they don't necessarily pay you for the interview. So, but once again, all these people, what they have in common is that there's a lot of them who are saying this and holding true to this out of the family.
Because a lot of people been through the same shit I've been through. I met a couple. For real, so. I'm 27 now. What they made me do, I already gave y'all the basics.
Yeah, like what Stephanie said, like, that's true. You need to focus more on sharing your story and stay away from any financial gain. And if you are going to catch financial gain, you keep that part on the low. But once you put it out there, you give the people who already don't want to believe you a just argument that you're only doing this for a payout. You're only doing this to get famous. So you don't want to money all that is in. If you are going to interview, just go do the interviews. If you're going to get paid quietly. But once you start leading with that and like, yeah, I ain't talking until like, then you give the opposition the opportunity to discredit your story and to argue that all of this is just about fame. All of it is just about clout. All of it is just about getting put on. All of it is just about financial gain, whether that's true or not. But that's what you give the other side. when you start doing all that.
The whole thing, but yeah, my aunts and them made me try them in the garage. And my other aunt took me where we was at. She was in the bathroom trying to make me just because she didn't want to wash the bathtub for my grandmother. Told me to if I would I wash the tub for her. That's what she asked me.
Now, a lot of these people, like, their stories haven't changed. You know, they have been pretty detailed in how things happen, the way things happen, etc. Oh, we've heard about this bathroom incident before. We heard about it last year, actually, from Tristan.
So,
yep, it was also weird, bro.
All right, they're paying bills. You guys, thumbs up the video, please. Share, and subscribe if you are in fact new here. All right, we're moving through a commercial.
Music, go do that. I never been the type that get clout, so I don't know what you're talking about. I still literally got what, probably like 10 likes on my song, 7 likes on my song. Ain't no clouts, ain't none of that. If you really look, type in Tristan MOE on YouTube, you gonna see videos before y'all even knew who the Sean was, bro. With me rapping, freestyle, and everything, bro.
It's another thing he wants to get out. You know what I'm saying? Let everybody know his rap career and things like that.
Yeah, you know, and it's. I want to give him a pass because I know, like, he doesn't have any type of media training, and he kind of has already made it clear that yes, he does want to just get his fame out of all of this because he felt like, you know, he was dragged into this, and he was. You know, Chrisean Rock was the one who caught his name. She literally inserted, you know, she was like, you know, all that shit we used to go through when we was kids, man, like, you know, her doing things to my nephew Tristan. She literally called him by name. So, you know, she used her platform to leverage these allegations against Tesehki, and that indirectly invited everybody else to be able to come in and participate in that conversation. So that's what we also have to keep in mind about Tristan, is that even though, yes, he wants to get paid and, you know, he does want to get attention from what he is saying is his truth, because he has other things that he wants to do and would like to be known for, that he didn't just like jump into this. He wasn't just like sitting on the sidelines and just came out of nowhere. Like, he was injected into this by Chrisean. So, you know, he did have a right to enter into the group chat. And so I keep all of that in mind when I am dealing with Tristan. I also know he has no media training. He's just a hood ass nigga who been through a lot of crazy shit. And, you know, he don't know that talking like this nonetheless can be injurious to his story in the court of public opinion.
Before these people's even thought of, bro.
I'm just trying to get y'all the gist of it.
So stop doing that. I'm talking about videos from 10, 11 years ago. You're going to see me in them. So stop doing that. Yeah, right. I could have been had the clout. I backed off and kept going to jail. I kept hearing about the industry being on some, and then my aunt come out, tell me them tried to extort her and all that. Oh, hell no, man. Go up there and try that for me, man. My career over with. I felt shot somebody. I ain't gonna jump on stage, anything. I'm mentally traumatized. I don't know what the fuck to do. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm a flash. I'm walking around with a ski mask on as we speak. I stay with them somewhere close. No, we don't block.
There's anxiety. Oh my God.
Yeah, we don't block people for trying to figure out something.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I don't do that shit real. I make people love me at the end of the day. I know it can be. I don't want. Tabby was on it. You on the nose with it, Tabby. Got some first of that. They caught me with an AR-15 when I was first of all, my grandmother and all that, when this happening, let me break this to y'all. When this happening, we was getting a torture, bro. My grandma was always in that room sleep, or she was out somewhere, bro. She wasn't there. She wasn't witnessing this. I doubt my granny would let that happen. I would hope she will.
So, the grandma is innocent. She's not.
Man, that's my. He the one got us on that grown man.
Okay,
So my
so
grandmother, she was asleep, man. She was always taking her medicine, always passing out. That lady ain't know what was going on. So y'all can't put her in that situation. Yeah, they came in here calling me a liar. Yeah, they can't do that. They can't.
The brothers did apologize.
Y'all gotta
Mookie
prove
and
to me.
Eugene apologized.
Prove that I'm a liar. Prove. Man, the detectives, everybody seen that. I just ain't want to get my uncles and aunts locked up on some this. I'd rather just kept my distance if they come too close from. You know how that shit go. Like, Reels, the hellish came out.
And what's really sad is that you can, oh man, this is why we got to deepen our conversations around mental health, because you can, it's so sad that in everything that Tristan wants to do from and with his potential fame, he wants to do movies, he wants to be successful in his music career, that he has not once talked about using any potential money and proceeds from the leverage, you know, from all of this publicity to get him any help. And that's not coming to mind to him because most Black and brown people have already been living in a state of survival. We're so used to not having help. We're so used to just adapting to our trauma and adapting to our circumstances and living in a environment and a culture and a community that does not elevate the conversations around mental health, that it's not even something that we even know we're neglecting. So we damn sure don't even be knowing that that's what we're supposed to be doing if we get anything that can give us access to mental health resources. And it's sad that he doesn't, he's so far removed like from that concept. He wants to do everything else with his life. He wants to be successful, have a successful music career, and actually healing from the injuries that he said resulted in him being fucked up. It's giving him relationship issues. He said he dropped out in the 7th grade because he was so mentally fucked up. He's had various criminal cases against him and crimes he's committed that's connected to his childhood trauma. This is why we got to do better as a Black and brown community, baby, and continue to elevate the conversations around mental health, baby. The fact that our people are walking around this bitch told the fuck up and then have the audacity to get money that could then be spent getting them help and don't even think to get that help because we're not encouraged to, and nobody else around us is doing it. And we think our only job is to just adapt and try to survive alongside our injuries. And we don't even know that there's a way to be free from them. That's some sad shit.
I was so traumatized, man. I still try to hang around them. And they still was me while I tried to hang around them and forgive and forget. They still was me. Was dragging my name in the dirt. I can't kiss ass forever. Yeah, no. First of all, come on now. Look at me. Look at me. What y'all talking about? Why would I lie on some shit like that, bro? That's making me look weak. Making me look. You feel me? I got people testing me. I got testing me now because of this shit. Like real. Go to the cops about it. Man, the detectives, everybody seen that. I just ain't want to get my uncles and aunts locked up on some this. I'd rather just kept my distance if they come too close from. You know how that shit go. Like, real, the hellish came out. Still was me while I tried to hang around them and forgive and forget. They still was me. Was dragging my name in the dirt. I can't kiss ass forever.
And this what happens a lot of time too, is that it be really hard because our community really lacks in the emotional intelligence needed to actually heal. And we lack in knowing how to deal with trauma and the recovery from trauma. What you have is people stuck in situations and environments and in relationships to people who have deeply injured them. And then that injury is one thing, but because those other people who have already injured you are still dysfunctional, they go on to commit other injuries against you, not just the SA, but a lot of other dysfunctional shit happens. And then to make matters more convoluted and fucked up is the person who initially is the victim in the situation, because they don't know how to navigate their trauma, they start to be made and molded into the image of their trauma. So they start to act dysfunctional. And then they start to do hurtful shit, whether that's stealing, being abusive, being verbally disrespectful, being physically abusive. They start doing all type of shit that they then end up having to wear the title of villain about. And then before you know it, you got a community of people, of victims and perpetrators, who all end up needing to apologize to each other for various shit, for different shit. Hurt people go to hurt people. It becomes a fucked up cycle of confusion and debauchery. And it's nasty work. Nasty work.
Hey, no, first of all, come on now. Look at me. Look at me. What y'all talking about? Why would I lie on some shit like that, bro? That's making me look weak, making me look, you feel me? I got people testing me. I got testing me now because of this shit. Like, real shit. She been told the police that shit. My mom was trying to get them niggas booked when it first happened. I was like, hell nah, man, don't do that shit. Be cool. We just gonna stay away from the folks. Jane, Mookie, all them niggas doing it, bro. Jane, Mookie, Tessa, Latifah, Chastity.
There go the names.
So there go the names, y'all. I'm gonna remind it back. There go the names.
I don't do that shit. Be cool. We just gonna stay away from the folks. Jane, Mookie, all them niggas doing it, bro. Jane, Mookie, Tessa, Latifah, Chastity.
There go the name.
Chastity, Tifa, Tessa, Mook.
Doing it, bro. Jane, Mookie, Tessa, Latifah,
Jane.
Chastity.
There go the names. Let's see.
All right, they paying bills. They're paying bills over there at Royalties World Live. Make sure you guys give them a thumbs up too, and shout out to them for the coverage.
The whole file for
Jane, Mookie, Tess.
To the end. Yeah, man. It's up to y'all to do that.
He still ain't
I
got
don't even know half of these people watching this. But the rest of them, they on some other shit.
All right. So check out Royalties World Live. We're going to go to another Royalties World Live because she had the live stream from Chrisean's sister's Terring, okay? Or Terring. I'm not sure how you pronounce her name. But she enters the group chat, and I'm going to let you guys hear a little bit of this, but I'm not going to listen to the whole thing. But she's kind of going to come in and try to be like a neutral party in this. So this Chrisean Rock's Terring, okay?
You know? But the goal of ZEUS is to divide and conquer. And from day one.
All right, already paying bills, y'all. So y'all thumbs up, please thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Once again, this is Chrisean Rock's sister, Terring, courtesy of Royalty World Live YouTube page.
Since my family sat down with them and Chrisean brought them to us, man, they divided the crap out of us. It's bringing tears to my heart even speaking on that.
Wait a minute.
They think they divide and conquer. So they try to find weak links.
It was already divided.
And I agree. It was already divided. But I assume that what the sister is talking about is that, or maybe she doesn't even know, but you are already divided. Like, nobody can come in and break you up with anyone. The variables already had to be in place. All ZEUS was pressure. They just added more gasoline to the fire. But they can't create the division. Okay. And we know that people can't break stuff. That's why there are people whose relationships have survived every type of controversy, every type of infraction, every type of injury there is. You can't even break somebody up who's getting explicitly abused in a situation, because that's how strong commitment is. Like, when you want to stick beside somebody, you gonna stick them up beside their ass, bitch. For better or for worse, can't nothing tear that apart. Wrong, right, or indifferent can't. If you come apart, everything was already in place for the division to begin with. And considering everything that we've been hearing from this family and everything we've seen out of Chrisean and Tesehki herself, I mean, themselves being as dysfunctional as they are, we know that this family had problems long before ZEUS was ever thought of, baby, okay? Ever. I mean, Chrisean Rock, as I said, is walking around with a damn a missing front tooth, thinking she's a damn beauty queen with a shaved head and her abuser's face tattooed on that scalp. I mean, you don't have to be a rocket science to know that some fucked up shit had to already have been happening and had happened to her and her sister, you know, prior to ZEUS. All ZEUS is doing is capitalizing off of the damage that was already present.
Their way, and when having their way is just merely views, some small payouts, and yeah, the talk, the buzz, but they go for broke for the negativity. So it is what it is. I just know prayer still work. I just know God is in control. God is real, and I just get it. We're gonna talk something serious. That should be amongst true leaders and a faithful, good witness. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, chastity for the sit down.
All unity. Pray for that. Don't come asking me what's true, what's false. Like, I can't give you that. I'm not here to vindicate or to stamp nothing. Only thing I can stamp or I can solicit your praise and unity, but I don't got no confirmation for nobody. Except for the fact Jesus saves. He real and he coming back.
Man, what?
Like, it's not thought of from others, so I don't expect y'all to think it for real.
I respectfully.
Children are affected by, you know, different things that get said and was done on national television. And it put them in a weird place where so they got to defend their self, defend their integrity. Y'all getting confirmation. It's real life for us. And what's crazy, it's real life for y'all too. Everybody go through different things. But I guess ours is blasted, so it get magnified. The only thing I'm trying to magnify is God. You feel me? And I'm trying to magnify my lifestyle. So
so that's basically the bulk of her live stream right there. To just sum that up nicely, the sister is just like, you know, she just wants basically her family to heal. She is not going to participate in the public discord around all of this, even though it's playing out publicly that, you know, it seems like she's smart enough to know that that's only going to make it worse. When you address things in-house, outside the house, before it's been held up and dealt with, all it does is put people in a position to have to defend themselves, to have to protect their egos. It just gets worse, actually. So I'm actually happy that she is not going to be participating in the public discord. As she said, at the end of the day, this is actually their real life. And I'm not mad at her for reserving whatever, you know, she has to contribute to what's going on to her family directly, not to social media, not to ZEUS, not to the court of public opinion, but reserving what her contribution and input is going to be, you know, to the actual matter at hand. She says she's not going to corroborate shit. She ain't taking no sides. Shit has happened. And she just wants her family to reconcile and want the people who need to do right to do right and for her family to be able to go on and be at peace and prosper together, etc. So this conversation was for the public, that she's having, because people running up, on her, trying to get her to speak to the situation. And not that she's not, but she's just not going to give that to us. It's fucked up, y'all. Situation is fucked up. I don't know if Tesehki did something to Chrisean or not, but Chrisean said that she did. Other people are making accusations against Tesehki out of the same bloodline, out of the same family. And I know that this is not going to be resolved, really, because it's playing out publicly. If Tesehki, as I said before, if Tesehki did these things, she's not going to admit to that publicly, because that could potentially come at the cost of her business, her brand, her future in TV. People may not want to endorse her because there's going to be a backlash every time she's featured anywhere else outside of ZEUS. She can, quote unquote, be canceled, if you will. So Tesehki, if she actually is guilty of said situation, she's going to feel the need to, once again, she's got to fake lie. She's got to protect herself, unfortunately, even if she has wrongdoing in the situation. If Tesehki is innocent, she needs to commence the suing. Fuck all the bullshit. Fuck all the talk. Ain't enough to talk about. She needs to clear her name. Now that her sister and her relatives have put this jacket on her, she needs to clear him up name. And she needs to do that at all costs. And she needs to completely be disruptive at this point. I don't care what ZEUS contract said. Oh, y'all can't sue each other. Y'all can't blah, 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 blah. Because they want to be able to put everybody in a room together, and they can't do that. If suits go out and this, that, and the third, it's too much going on. I wouldn't give a fuck. I wouldn't give a fuck. Some things you should want to clear. So if she is innocent, I'm going to be looking for her to clear it. Like, clear it, honey. Clear it. Lie detector tests, suits, whatever she got to do. Like, fight for your name, because with these allegations coming this close to home, multiple relatives like China, her son Tristan, his sister, Chrisean, and even this sister here, Terrain, she ain't confirming or denying. So shit happened. And it's unfortunate that Tesehki was a child too. The biggest takeaway we need to take away as a public is we need to forward these conversations. And I would like to see the media take this as an opportunity to address the systemic issue of intergenerational transference of trauma and ancestral abuse and molestation, and do something really powerful and liberating and substantive with this topic. Because this also is bigger than Tesehki and Chrisean Rock. This situation speaks to a lot of families, particularly a lot of Black and brown families. And we need to have the conversations like we've been having over here. We had a whole panel discussion the other day where people got to actually talk about what's happening directly to them. We had people hit the panel who have been the abusers in situations. We've talked about healing, accountability. We've talked about all of that. These conversations need to go beyond just Tesehki and Chrisean. And as I said before, I'll say it again. I hate that this conversation happened on ZEUS, because they're not going to do that with this conversation. It's just a part of every other salacious shit that's going on ZEUS. It's just another allegation. They're not going to take the opportunity to do nothing real with it, and it really doesn't even make no sense at this point for them to do so, because they're not going to reform ZEUS, which is what would have to come if they attempted to even isolate the Tesehki Chrisean thing to have a substantive conversation. The same weak ass shit that Love and Hip Hop did with the Erica Mena Spice situation over the monkey anti-black racist comments, and then they had that little like special with Scrappy and Spice and other Love and Hip Hop alums, but it was weak because you just go on to continue in a network that exploits all the worst aspects of who people are. So it gets lost in translation. You know, this is really a conversation for Iyanla Fix My Life. I'll even say it's a damn conversation for OWN Network, even though I got issues with motherfucking tap dancing, greasy head ass Ozemfra Winfrey. But nonetheless, you know, I would say, hell, this is a more suitable conversation somewhere else, but not ZEUS. But we'll see what happens. I'm going to be looking to see what Tesehki does. Everybody is also giving Chrisean hell because they're like, how are you accusing Tesehki of doing these things to y'all, but you are cool with Chastity, who is one of Tristan's abusers, and you're going to have her on an upcoming episode of your new reality show on ZEUS about you and God. But I also say to people, you have to keep in mind that we don't know what conversations have been had between Chrisean and Chastity. And because they're all family, and this seems to be a dysfunctional family, but they're kind of close at the same time, they don't commit to the offenses done to other individuals in a way that leads to breakdown between them and those individuals. They will still be close with people who are other people's abusers because they are part of a family. And Tristan even say he doesn't care that Chrisean is close to Chastity. That doesn't bother him. He's not offended by that because they're a relative. She's entitled to have a relationship to Chastity if she wants to. However, man, it's a lot of lacking boundaries in this family. It's a lot of lacking boundaries in this family. If it were me, at the most, I could be cordial with a relative who abused another relative in my family, but I couldn't be close to you, especially if on top of what you did to them, you haven't even apologized to them about. You haven't even made that situation right. So at the very most, I could be cordial, but we're not being close. I couldn't be close and intentionally foster a substantive relationship to someone that unaccountable and someone who knows that they did explicit wrong to someone and then has done nothing to correct that. I'm mature enough and adult enough to be kind and to be, once again, cordial and to have some decorum about myself. And I'm not going to make somebody else's shit and somebody else's beef my own. But just out of respect for standing on business and standing on principle, we're not going to be close. Hi and bye. Hey, how you doing? I don't mind none of that. But we can't be close. Because if you could do that egregious shit to them and not even make that right, then I know you could justify doing anything to me and don't think that you have to answer to it and be completely apathetic to your plight. And I just don't personally want to be involved with any type of human being who doesn't practice accountability. I don't give a fuck if you're family. I don't want no friends like that. I don't want no relatives like that. I don't want nobody amidst me who don't have the capacity to be mature enough and ethical enough to do the right thing, even if they've made their fair share of mistakes. It's not really so much the mistakes that people are clinging to as much as the lack of accountability that people walk around with who commit acts against the people they do and the systems and communities that they do, and then won't even acknowledge that they've done anything, won't even acknowledge that they've caused injury, intentionally or unintentionally. And I know what Tesehki is probably telling herself. Tesehki is probably saying, you know, in the hypothetical that she's guilty of this, she's probably saying to herself, I was a victim too, so what am I going to apologize for? I was a kid too. Kid or no kid, if you've done wrong and you knew it was wrong, then you still owe somebody an apology. And if you are a better human being, you would provide that closure to someone that you knowingly did wrong. And if the people who are being accused of the things they're being accused of did the things that they're being accused of, then I know that even as kids, all these people had a concept of right and wrong. And I'm going to tell you how I know that. That even as children, they had a concept of right and wrong. You know why? Because none of these kids and young people who were perpetrators, none of them did these things around the adults that they knew would not stand for this behavior. They did these things when grandma was sleeping. They did these things when grandpa was outside. They did these things when they were in the bathroom together. They wasn't just sitting out in the daylight in the road doing these things under the guise of not knowing what they were doing was wrong, was right. Because when you really don't have a concept of right and wrong, you do your ignorant shit out loud because you literally don't know that it's wrong. When you don't have any concept of right and wrong, you do your shit in the broad daylight because you literally have no idea that what you're doing is wrong. When you hide your shit, when you tuck your shit into a corner, when you make sure nobody's looking, you have a concept of right and wrong. And I'm not going to say that their concept as young people, speaking to the perpetrators, the young perpetrators, that their concept of right and wrong was as strong and mature as a grown adult, but there was a concept of right and wrong because these things happened outside of the supervision, outside of the watchful eye of those who held authoritarian positions in the situation. And that's why this is deserving of an apology. And being a kid is not an excuse to not apologize because you knew then what you was doing is what you shouldn't have been doing. And if Tristan, as a 7-year-old, knew that these were not supposed to be things that his aunts and uncles was doing to him, even if they were young themselves, those young people doing those things to him knew that they shouldn't have been doing those things to him. Son says, you're braver than I, Conscious. I couldn't have anything to do with them. No accountability means that they are doing this to others. The abuse can turn into abusers. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that last part. I don't think that all abuse is perpetual. I don't think that, a person like a person being in a DV situation doesn't mean that they are abusing every girlfriend or boyfriend that they have. However, I come from the kind of family that Tristan does, where it's highly dysfunctional, but it's a community at the same time, and it's a dysfunctional community. And people who have been victimized are still in community to their victimizer. So I also like use it as a grading scale. Like I have aunts who've been abused ancestrally, and they're actively involved with their relatives who violated them. So the way I process it is, okay, you have compartmentalized or forgiven this person, or you have held on to a sense of humanity that allows you to give this person grace, or you've personally forgiven them, even if they haven't apologized to you, and you're not going to allow what they did to you to disrupt your peace and happiness. And that then allows you and this person that did that to you to be able to have relationships. So because that's your situation and you can conceive of proximity to that person, I'm not going to be more invested than you. Not as an adult, I am. Young people, yes, but not as an adult. I'm not going to be that invested. Like, okay, you ain't got enough issue with this person to not be in relationship to them. You still in relationship to them. You break bread with them. You hang with them. You roll with them. You borrow money from them. I'm not going to be more invested than you. So I'm not going to go out of my way either to object to y'all's situation. But because I also know y'all situation, I also still have my own mechanisms in place, because I don't approve of what took place, and I don't more so approve of the lack of accountability. So I can hey and buy because I've been raised right enough to hey and buy it. And I've been raised right enough to be a cordial person. And yes, keep my own guard up, and just, I'm just not going to be interested in cultivating a deep relationship. It's just going to be a hang and buy relationship. And there are relatives right now who be asking, like I used to get caught up in my family, like, CTV, why girl, like you barely high and buy some people. And I can't get into telling other people business, so I'm not able to say why all the time. I'm at a distance from certain people, or I am kind of closed off or standoffish or whatever when it comes to other people, because it's not my story to tell. Once again, I kind of follow the victim. If the victim ain't letting it be known, I'm not going to let it be known for you. But, I am going to act accordingly in the situation. And once again, I don't support people who are not accountable. That's why I love Nicki Minaj's music, but I'm never going to purchase her music. I'm going to always bootleg it if I like it, and I'm never going to go to a concert. But I'll bump her shit. I'll bump it because I like her art, but because of how I saw her do Jennifer, and her assisting her frail ass SA husband and menacing this woman and putting out misinformation about this woman's ethnicity, trying to be a revisionist historian about the situation that her husband was found guilty of and pled guilty of. I can't respect you, bitch. I can't respect you. I can't respect you for knowingly jumping in and intentionally gaslighting this fucking woman over what factually happened to her and what's factually proven to have happened to her. And just because you made a decision to marry a rapist doesn't give you a right to commit to supporting him in his wrong. It would have been one thing if Kenneth by himself was putting out misinformation to protect his own ego, because he can't deal with that narrative. But for you, and then for you as a woman, and then you, a woman in your position publicly, to have participated in that level of violence, like, girl, you're out of order. So you don't get but so much of my support. And because I'm a realist, I can be real enough to say I like your music, and I can't say nothing else about you. And that's how I am kind of with everybody. It's like, you know, I'm very clear about why I don't fuck with a person, why I do fuck with a person, about the way I because context matters. And I'm like that with a lot of my relatives. Yeah, you know, it didn't happen to me, so I'm not going to outwardly make your life difficult. You know, you did it to somebody else, a part of my tribe. They can be cool with you. They don't have an adverse reaction to being in a relationship to you. They don't have an adverse reaction to other people being in a relationship to you. The victim deal with it how they deal with it. And for me, you know, just not being able to say sorry, just not being able to own it is what is going to cause me not to be interested. You know, I'm not even opposed to having a relationship to people who have done fucked up shit if they are on the road to recovery, and if they have taken ownership of what they've done, and they've committed to their wellness. They've committed to addressing the underbelly of what even created their behavior. Like, I can stand behind that because I am a forgiving person. I am a spiritual person. I believe in redemption. I believe in second chances. I believe in mercy. I believe in grace. I'm not ashamed to be a person who upholds ideas of grace and redemption, which is why I would like a lot of reform to go on as it relates to the criminal justice system and all perpetrators, because I know that these people are not born evil, but they are a part of systems. They come from other abusers, and their egos and sense of self and their injuries haven't been treated accordingly, and some of them turn into victimizers their own selves. And I think that's sad. And I think that the whole system, the whole culture, how we just address all of this has to really change in order to prevent a lot of this shit from happening. I think the autopsy reports on culture and the autopsy reports on people's injuries and people's villain behavior and people's victimization is all important. And I know people can change. You're talking to somebody who had a stepfather who was my stepfather stood in place as my dad. You know, he was there in my life, my whole life. And he was an alcoholic. He was a drug head. He was a cheater. He was an abuser to my mother. And I watched that man live his whole life out of order. 50-something years for the streets. 2 shits to the wind. Absent as a husband, absent as a dad, and then changed his life in his mid-50s. Went from the streets to broke and wild to a Jeho witness, stabilized his life, remarried, given his new wife the godly version of him, owned his first home, the whole nine. I've watched some of the most dysfunctional and broken people reform their lives. So I will always be a believer in reform and change. And I know how important it is for people to get access to the help and the resources that they need in order to resurrect their lives and to resurrect the vitality of their lives. I have seen literal miracles. I have bared witness to the truth of light and love and the power of community, the power of confession, the power of being strong-willed. I've seen that shit directly. So I don't need that to be proven to me. I know it exists, and I know it's accessible, and I know it's a reality. And I know why so many of our people have not experienced the power of transformation, and it's because of a lot of systemic and generational issues. It's a lack of access. It's a lack of conversation. It's a lack of encouragement. It's just a lack of all these things that go into why people don't heal and why people don't even know to heal. And that's why I tapered my conversation when Chrisean was talking about, you know, all the things he would like to do if he does pop off as a result of his story. He wants to be a successful music. That's why I paused it right there and said, isn't it so interesting how this man is so damaged, and he acknowledges that he's damaged. He acknowledges that he's broken. He acknowledges that all the issues in his life, his bouts with criminality and crime, him as a 7th grade dropout, are all connected to his childhood trauma. And in everything he wants to do with money and fame, he didn't include healing with any of that. And that's the blind spot in so many of the members of our community's lives, simply because there's not enough conversation in the Black community yet. And the conversation around mental health and therapy is very new. It's very new. Very new. And we have a lot of work to do as it relates to making sure we prioritize our conversation on calling out dysfunction, labeling it as dysfunction, and providing the encouragement around mental health and self-healing and self-love. Because it's all sad. And as I said before, a lot of victims become villains as a way to cope with being victimized. A lot of victims become villains as a way to protect themselves from being victims again. They rather be the abuser than to be the abused. Bullies were once victims of bullying. Most sexual perpetrators were victims of sexual abuse themselves. Even a lot of this wrong shit that's happening to people isn't being done because people are evil. A lot of this wrong shit is coping mechanisms, defense mechanisms. It's a lot more nuanced than people just being like, oh, they're born evil and they're doing evil. So, you know, I'm hoping, man, that this family heals, dog. I'm with the sister. God got to get in this thing. Real spiritual intervention got to get in this thing. Real soul work has to be done. There's no amount of money that's going to cure this up. There's no amount of fame that's going to cure this up. Look at what Chrisean Rock did with her fame. Look at what Tesehki is doing with her fame. A legacy of violence, a legacy of DV, a legacy of in and out of prison, a legacy of being a living, walking, upside down fucking universe. And once again, being a part of systems like ZEUS that are a symbolic mirroring to her family. Why you think Tesehki and Chrisean feel at home at ZEUS? Because ZEUS is just the network version of the family they came from. That's all. They're just the network version of the dysfunctional community they come from. That's why they don't even know that they're being exploited. They don't even have no concept of that. They just went from one dysfunctional community to another dysfunctional community, but dysfunctional nonetheless. And when that's all that you know, you don't know what everybody else knows, which is that baby, you're in a sick environment. You're around people that don't love you, sugar. What you're doing is wrong. What's happening to you is wrong. You don't know that. Because everybody's normal is based upon what's been repetitious to them. So you only know what you know. And you don't know what you don't know. Hey, Brenda. Hey, Thomas. Hey, Melissa. Thank you, Perry. So I'm going to get out of here. It's a lot going on in the world, girl. And we're going to continue to talk about it. You know, we're going to do panels about it. We're going to talk as a community about it. You know, we're going to get into the things, shall. If you guys enjoyed yourself tonight, subscribe if you're new here. Thumbs up, please thumbs up the video. If you didn't do it on the way in, please do it on the way out. Let me read some of these comments. It breaks my heart that we're addicted to reality TV chaos in this world, watching people harm themselves and others, and the world watches and mocks them. It's so sad. And you know why we are addicted to it? Because this is still a lot of the viewers' reality. So a lot of the viewers are looking at what they know. They're looking at what they live. They look at what's prevalent in their own families and in the communities that they're a part of. That's what I'm saying. It's all a trauma bond. Even the viewers have trauma bonded with the content, because what's in common between the viewers and the reality stars is the same trauma and dysfunctionality. It's a trauma bonded experience. That's all the following is. Well, that's not all the following is. But in the case of which we're talking about trash reality TV, unhealthy content, the consumer base is trauma bonding over the same things. Conscious, you are helping my healing. You don't even know what your last lives have meant. I hope you continue to be the voice we all need. I will, Melissa. And I'm so happy to hear that, boo. And light and love to you. Heal, baby. Heal, baby. Heal, baby. Heal. Heal. Heal, baby. Don't let nobody stop you from that. And if you got to sever a pinky in order to save the hand, baby, you do what you have to do. Be unapologetic and relentless in your personal healing. Take no prisoners in your personal healing. Son says, this was so profound when you said that on Monday. ZEUS is normal and an extended family for them. Yeah. Great stream. Thank you all. I'll see y'all tomorrow, child. God only knows what the hell Thursday gonna bring, child. God only knows. All right. So I'm gonna get out of here. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Any content you guys, any stories you want to see covered, always leave them in the comment section where I can see them. Email them at consciouztv@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram at Consciouztv. And leave your thoughts, because a lot of time when I'm doing my commentary, y'all, I'm not able to like keep up with the stream because I'm focused on my own thoughts and my commentary, so I don't get to see a lot of you guys input in real time until I go back and watch the live for the sake of reading and looking at what's happening in the chat. But because I miss a lot, you know, please unpack and unload your thoughts in the comment section. That's what the comment section is here for. This also helps other people to hear where you guys are coming from, your angles, your perspectives. It creates a whole nother community in the comment section as well. So please always unload and unpack on and in the comment section. And if you enjoyed yourself, definitely shout out to the Cash App girl, $Consciouztv, spelled just how it is on the platform, and or paypal.me/ConsciouzTV. And I will see you guys all later. All right. Bye.